puzzled, unable to speak about the IAM, and the IFA executive board members are out on a vicious vendetta, trying to sue her in every conceivable way, trying to sue her for thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, vicious attacks on her character, and they're trying to do everything they can to vilify her and to ruin her personally and professionally. It's outrageous because you people voted and elected her to represent you.
Who's paying for all this, Art?
You are. TWA flight attendants are.
Is that why our dues just went up $2?
Yes.
Well, what can we do about it, Art? What can we as members of IFA right now do about it?
Join the IAM. Vote for the IAM.
Art Teolis also sat down with Frank McGillicuddy to talk about what the IAM has meant to passenger service agents.
Frank, tell us a little bit about the story of passenger service agents at TWA. Were you always organized?
Yeah, well, I've been with TWA for 40 years, and in that time we had 5 organization drives with 5 different unions, and they all went down the tubes. For some reason, the agents didn't want a union. And finally, in 1986, we chose the IAM to represent us. And the majority of us are very happy with the IAM. We finally got some good working conditions, and things are a lot better. Plus, we have, our retirement is a little better, and I got my vacation back, which Carl Icahn had taken away from me. I wouldn't have got that without the IAM. We had 365 different pay scales when we got the union. Practically every agent had a different salary. And one of the things the union did right away was reduce that to about 20 or 22. But it's on a progression. You start low and you get to the top pay, whatever is set out by the union. We top out now in 10 years. When we got the union, I had 30 years and I was not at top pay when we got the union.
There's some misinformation out on the line, Frank, amongst the flight attendants regarding the passenger service contract. How difficult was it to get that first contract?
Art, I'll tell you, I wish I could talk to every flight attendant. We got the union, we voted in the IAM in 1986, right in the middle of a flight attendant strike, incidentally. Carl Icahn took it to court immediately, and he took it all the way to the Supreme Court. It took 5 years. So we were in limbo for 5 years. Now the IAM stuck with us. They went to court with him, and it cost them a lot of money. But finally we won. The Supreme Court ruled it was a frivolous suit and they wouldn't hear it. You know, I've heard from a lot of people that you know, it took them 6 years to get you guys a contract. And that's not true. That's a half-truth. It only took 1 year to get us a contract. The other 5 years was fighting Icahn in the courts.
And the conditions now that you have the IAM?
I have to say this from the heart. I'm not, nobody's prompting me to say this. The IAM represents us very well. They're a very good union, and if you want a good union to represent you, my advice is vote for the IAM.
Carla Winkler also spent some time with Continental flight attendants who discussed the benefits of IAM representation.
I'm sure the TWA flight attendants are very hesitant and cautious about the upcoming National Mediation Board election. But the TWA flight attendants will be making the best decision of their entire career when they vote for the IAM. At Continental Airlines, the flight attendants voted to merge with the IAM in 1984, and they've never regretted it since. And Brent and Kay, you know, as IAM members at Continental, our recent contract has been one of the best the industry has seen. And Brent, you were in negotiations. Maybe you could share with us, you know, how the Continental flight attendants feel about the IAM.
Sure. With the assistance of the IAM, we concluded our recent negotiations in a period of 6 months, something that the Continental flight attendants were very pleased with. We saw substantial increases to our pay and benefits, and we saw improvements to our work rules. Also, we were provided in this contract with $4,000 to learn a new language, and our scope clause was tightened to eliminate foreign nationals from the seniority roster.
Kay, The Continental Flight Attendants have their own local lodge in the IAM comprised of just Continental Flight Attendants, and the TWA Flight Attendants will be the same way. They'll be set up with their own local lodge just made up of TWA Flight Attendants. Maybe you can address how that works and how that benefits flight attendants.
Sure. At Local 2339, we elect our own officers, which are Continental Flight Attendants voted by Continental Flight Attendants. We also get, with that, we get to control our own finances and take voting on how money is spent at our local. We also have our own newspaper that we send out to each member that is controlled by the local lodge, and we write it, and flight attendants write in the articles that are put in the newspaper and sent out.
Kay, if you could address the dues for Continental Flight Attendants.
Sure. We pay $23.85 a month for the past 4 years. We just had our first increase in 1996 in the amount of 10 cents. We currently pay $23.95 per month. And the nice thing about the IAM is that if there is any increase in dues, the membership will have to vote to approve this increase.
The road for Continental Flight Attendants has been a tough one, and we've had to endure many things, just like the flight attendants at TWA. And Brent, maybe you could address how the IAM has helped us at Continental.
The nice thing about the IAM is that we are able to remain autonomous and operate as a flight attendant union, but if any specific problems come about, say a legal question, a negotiations problem, or a unique circumstance, we're able to call the IAM and receive help immediately.
The TWA flight attendants are soon going to be deciding whether to vote for the IAM in the election, and what would you say to them?
I would say that we were apprehensive with going with a machinist union. And after, I think the flight attendants were afraid of losing control of the flight attendant issues. And now that we know that we have complete control over Local 2339 that represents the Continental Flight Attendants, and that we get to make our own decisions on different issues that concern the flight attendants, and the support and financial backing we've gotten from the IAM, I think the Continental Group is very pleased and very excited, and especially with our last contract. My advice to a TWA flight attendant is vote for the IAM. You won't regret it.
Well, there you have it. I hope your questions were all answered, and I hope you made up your mind to vote for the IAM. Let's face it, you need us and we need you. Together we'll be in a better position of strength to face the future at TWA. Thank you.
As the IAM's International President, and on behalf of more than 500,000 IAM members, I welcome you to join with us in our quest for justice on the job and service to the community. As Bill pointed out so well, you need us and we need you. So let's join hands in solidarity and face the future together as a family, the IAM family. Thank you, and God bless you.